Hi, Dreama. Just finished the live. I'm a little exhausted. But I'm doing your reading now. Thank you for being so patient. This world's always so crazy and busy. So, you were born in 1966, so we're going to do, so you're my age, so we're going to do a generational reading. This is just to open up our neural networks and kind of go back in time and try to stitch things together, okay? So, we're going to do 5 decades. Dreama Jenner, born in 1968. Oh Lord, and all the upper beings of the universe. Oh, look at that. You got some good energies there. You got some strong energies, actually. Look at that. It's going off, my dear. Okay. Nothing on the ghost radar yet. Let me see. All right. So that went up. Okay, 27, 24, 50. Interesting. The RF is going crazy too. Okay, radio frequency. Look at that. Yeah, whenever I go play with the cards, I attract energies around. So it's funny. I have an audience here on this plane, an audience on the other side. All right, so let's see what's going on. Oh Lord, and all the upper beings in the universe, please guide us in remote viewing for Dreama Jenner, born in the year of 1966, 1966. Tell us about the first 10 years of Dreama Jenner. Please tell us. Find understanding Dreama Jenner, 1966. Okay. Deeper meaning. So this is the first 10 years of your life. Okay. We have the deeper moving on. Okay, again, when I read cards, they're very simple, like frequencies, radio frequencies. They're low. Sometimes they go up and then they disappear. So when it's low, it's either starting or going away in the situation. Okay. All right. So let's spread these conclusion and news. The King of Wands, these energies are low, which tells me the Wands are creativeness. And the King of Wands is a forceful force, okay? And this energy is creative, it's inspiring, it's forceful, very showy, with a flair, very bold energy. It's upside down. Queen of Swords is about the truth, honesty, a little bit of humor, and conclusion. This is news, conclusion, in the past. So these are the energies that surrounded the first 10 years of your life. Okay, wishful thinking about this king and about deeper moving on. Okay. Oh Lord, so the devil card is in the first 10 years of your life. Oh dear. Hangman. Okay, so the first in connection. So that's the 10th card is, as you can see, our decades spill, right? They evolve to the next stage, which is your 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Okay. First 10 years of your life, there's been a lot of bottoming out mentally, victimization, thoughts of deeper meaning and moving on from the situation never really reached in your environment, in your home, in where you were the first 10 years of your life, and never really had a conclusion or news of what's going on. And there was the main energy that's radiating is the 10 of Swords, which is basically bottoming out. And the 10 of Swords talk about the feeling of, mental victimization, feeling like a victim, bottoming out, always, knowing the darkness before the dawn kind of feeling the lowest point. I do see the energy of right. This energy is about. Let me make sure I'm videotaping this right. Okay, good. This energy is about the two swords, right? Stalemate, all right? Not emotionally blocked, right? So I don't know if you could see this. Let me move this. There you go, much better. Okay. Yeah, that's the feeling that I see, that, you know, you can't really move on if you have blocked emotions, right? And there's always this wishful thinking, dissipation kind of going, just ignoring the situation. But here's the main card, right? The devil. There was some sort of addiction, whether there's alcohol, drugs, or gambling, or anything like that. So it was a pretty tough first 10 years for you, because everything was blocked, right? But you know what's challenging here is the hangman, right? Addiction is very powerful, because the material world, we need that because we have material bodies, and addiction is an awful thing. Addiction is a people, place, or thing, right? Whether it's smoking, whether it's drinking, whether it's drugs, where you're obsessed with a person or the idea, thing, right? But it's not good for you. They all have the same denominator. That addiction is not good for you, but it is still an addiction, and it's tough because we all have this. We all have these past traumas, also too. Right? Our past traumas, generational traumas. But I do see at the 10 years there is some I don't know if this is your mom, or there's an energy of first 10 years that was honest and truthful and always knows how to break the ice, right? And actually kept this from getting even worse, right? But it looks like this Queen of Swords have battled this devil, the addiction, and there was some sort of truce and connection after 10 years, which is good. It was a rough 10 years, but after the 10 years, the outcome is the Two of Cups. So this wishful thinking, dissipation, and all this, that Queen of Swords, that person that is very smart, she's one of my favorite energies in the card suits, and she is honest and witty and experienced, and she faces the truth even though it's unpleasant, puts everything on the table. It's experience. She knows how to break the ice with a little humor. That Queen of Swords in your first 10 years battled that devil, that addiction. Even though the other side was, even though the situation here was blocked emotion, you can't see in and out, I'm not going to let you know what's going on. It looks like this was taken care of, right? Not so much of a conclusion to the thing, but there was a connection, a truce towards the end, which is good. All right, so let's take a look at your next level, which is your teenage years, 10 to 20. Okay, so let's mix this up. All right, let's take a look at this. Hope you can see that. So, look at that. You got some angels around you. Energies. All right, so teenage years, 10 to 20. For Dreama, born in 1966. Let's see. Let's look. Let's float. Let's astroplane. Let's take a view. All right. Okay, 10 to 20 years. Teenage years for Dreama. Let us see. Let's have a 10-year look. Right. Okay. Worried, guilt, upside down, low in energy. Family, peace, and joy. A day of reckoning. The devil card. This is good. I mean, the devil card is not good because it's suffering, but it's going in the past. So this is wonderful. Okay. Teamwork. Ooh, there. That's it is. This is the reason why the addiction is better, going away. Okay, it's balance. It's being aware of it. That's the first step to battling it. Okay. Okay, this is ultimatum. Okay. Okay. Very worried about the family, the peace, the joy, the family. Guilt, worry. Okay, and basically, we need to get this in hold. Look at this. This is going off. Knight of Swords. Page of Cups. The High Priestess. Defensiveness. Okay. So, I know the first 10 years there was no action. Not until towards the 10th year. Worry about 10 years old. The High Priestess is upside down. Okay. That means there was some action. The High Priestess is being it still no action. I do sense in your bloodline there is very strong connection to the universe and to spirits, to entities that are helping you, angels and so forth, outside of our planet, outside of our realm. Okay, so a day of reckoning. You're doing your teenage years. There was a day of reckoning, Judgment Day, where all the sins abolish and everyone and that's the first step, right? Everybody knows everything, what's wrong and what's good, what's bad. We are aware of the problem. Now, it's just automatic. It's going to get fixed. We're aware of it now. We're aware of it now. Okay? I do see that the Knight of Swords. Okay, it's upside down, but there was a knight again. But there was some team effort this time. Not like the first 10 years. It was just bottoming out. It was just, it got better towards the 10th year, or approaching the 10th year. And this has to do with kids. Right? Like, look, we have young children. Young kids, this is for our family. This is for the peace of our family. This is for our young children growing in this family. The Knight of Swords, the cutting, the bluntness, and that feeling of bluntness. Okay, there was some sort of workaround, right? Workaround to get this devil out of the situation. The energy of the devil. That causes a ripple effect of not we know it's not good for us, but we still do it. That's basically what addiction is. We know it's just we know it's not good for us, but we do it anyway. Okay. I do see towards the end of this. This is number 6, future. This is the 7 of Wands, and the 7 Wands is about. Okay, we've had enough, and it's time to make a change. Okay, there's an aggressiveness to it. There's a divine being defiant. Holding out against pressure, but it also says, "Hey, enough is enough. Let my people go." Being firm, and say, "You know what? This something has to change." Okay. But the outcome of this, there was defensiveness at the end of defending my sins and defending the reason. But either way, the devil card is in the past, going away. It's still here, but not as bad as it was originally. Okay, those are your teenage years. Okay, so let's look from 20 to 30. All right, 20 to 30. Dreama, 1966. Let us see. Dreama, Denner, 1966. Let us see. Let us float over her third decade. 20 to 30. See the kind of energies that she was dealing with. Death. Okay, so ending and beginning. So the death card, closing on one door and opening another, right side up. So 20 and 30. This could be a spiritual death. It could be a physical death. Whenever there's a physical death, there's always a spiritual death, because that is part of who we are. Okay? Page of Cups. Child, young. Page of Cups usually say, it's usually a young person. Ah, man. It's usually, it's a young energy. It also stands for a child or a young at heart adult, right? And it involves, this energy involves being involved with their emotional needs, their moodiness, their spirituality. Okay, so let me take a look at the third card. Deeper meaning, moving on. This was tough. This was very tough during this decade of yours. Let's breathe. Let's breathe. The Knight of Swords. This was in your previous reading. The Knight of Swords, who is the cutting. This energy could say words to you that could literally cut your heart. The Knight of Swords has a good and bad side. This was in your previous decade, your teenage years. The Knight of Swords talks about this energy is direct and blunt. They are cutting. They got the positive side, good side. They could be logical and they could be unfeeling. This was in your previous 10 years, your teenage years. This energy from your 20 to 30, this third one, your 20 to 30, is in the past, feeling that this energy left your 20 to 30. The Knight of Swords, okay? This energy that was direct and blunt, who's authoritative, who has, a positive and negative side, who's knowledgeable and opinionated and feeling, and very, cutting, right? Straight edge. That energy left your 20 to 30. It's in the past, straight up. All right. I do feel that at this time there was a lot of self-absorption. When death comes, we tend to bottle things up, right? Concentrate on these three cups and just ignore everything from the external world. That's what the Four Cups is talking about, and this has to be dealt with. This Page of Cups, this young at heart energy. Okay, directional change. All right, so this is have come in your life where you reassess, reevaluate, change direction because of this death, because of this ending. Okay, bottoming out. So because of this death and the Four of Cups, which is the energy of apathy. You're kind of passively accepting this death and going inside, kind of like being self-absorbed, concentrating on your own feelings, and just ignoring everything outside. Unaware of others and stuff. And this caused, look at this. This is going crazy. Oh my God. The RFs are going crazy too. Okay, so, you know, and I felt that it did bottom you out. It bottomed you out. This death caused you to fold in, right? Fold in because of an ending to this page. I also see that on the other side, this directional change moving. I see that the change of scenery, you know, from where you were before, and this 20 and 30, traveling, moving, changing what you see from your eyes. Your walls are different and so forth. So this was a great change in your 20 and 30s of their directional change. And Queen of Cups. And Knight of Pentacles. So the 20 to 30s, this death, and death, spirit, physical death begets spiritual death. But spiritual death doesn't necessarily mean physical death. But sometimes it does, because it hurts. It hurts, right? So in a way, when death comes, it hurts. Whether it's physical or spiritual, it still hurts. But look at this. This is going off. The RF reading, radio frequency, is going off. But you did, with this death came a gift, my dear Dreama. The Queen of Cups, your ability. So the Queen of Cups is intuition. The Queen of Cups is the development of your psychic. You're open to unconscious and subconscious, and you're developing your sixth sense. So you went through death. Death does that. Death brings the natural medium in you, right? So this is a development, because it was a huge, look at this, huge change. And I could sense that you have a lot of energies that cannot be seen, but you do, and the gifts that you have developing on this stage of your life, 20 to 30. The directional change and the Knight of Pentacles, okay? The deeper meaning to this death is because you learned how to understand your own knight, your Knight of Pentacles, okay? Sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. You know, again, the knights are they don't have middle ground. They got the positive and negative, but you lessen that. You made it balance, okay? That's a directional change, right? And the King of Pentacles is on the positive side. They're very hard-working individuals, but also grinding. They're realistic, but are also pessimistic. They're thorough, but on the negative side, they're obsessive. They can't let go. And this has, when you did a deeper moving on, that Knight of Pentacles balanced out. Okay, you're aware of the good and the bad side, the negative and the positive of that energy, right? By the way, the Knight of Pentacles is the most favorite one I have, because I'm a Knight of Pentacles. But understanding the negative of it, we pay attention less to it and concentrate more on the positive side of that Pentacles, right? And he's you know, maybe you have more of a sense of humor now, because the Knight of Pentacles does not have a playful sense of humor. But you know, keeping vibrating the positiveness of that Knight higher than the negative. You can't get rid of the negative, but it's there for existence. But you could always understand it and let it vibe at the lowest level and the positive side of that night. And I see that you were doing that as a result of this death. Okay. So, ooh, I'm getting a little exhausted here. Let's take a look at your 30 to 40s. Okay, this is your next decade, which is 10, 20, 30, 40s. You're 30 to 40. All right, let's look at this decade, 30 to 40. 1966 Dreama. Let us look. Let us float. Let us see. You're 30 and 40. Energies. Wow, amazing. I'm amazed. As I always see when I do these walking in time, stitching things together, I always find something great. And kudos to you for surviving your 20s to 30s. Kudos. And as a gift, your psychic abilities, your ability to see what cannot be seen, that was the gift of your 20s and 30s after that turmoil, that huge change. Right? 30 and 40. Let's see, Dreama. 30 to 40. Page of Swords. Excellent. Okay. Traveling, changing scenery, moving. Options, wishful thinking, upside down. The Tower card. Oh, Lord. Conviction. Deeper meaning, moving on. Look at you recycling. Then that's emotional. The Star. A new beginning. All right. So, the 30 and 40s, okay, it was better than your 20 and 30s, but there was a sudden change, a needed change. The Tower, it's in the past. So the Tower was, when the Tower comes in, it's revelation. It's right underneath your nose. It's a slap on your face. It's a wake-up call. So when, it's not a very pleasant card, but you knew this was a change that needed to be done. And the timeline says, the universe says, okay, we need to change this right now. We don't have any more time, and so we're going to do it. Okay? And again, this is, moving. Okay, it looks like I feel like that you've changed scenery again, a move. Seeing through your eyes is, the walls are different. The feeling of your surroundings is different. The Page of Swords, this is great. The Page of Swords is using your mind, using logic, okay? So I said before, if your heart is hurting and you can't take anymore, that's when your mind kicks in and gives your heart a break, okay? Analyze the problem. That's the Page of Swords. Act honestly. Be truthful. Have fortitude, okay? Keep your chin up, okay? It's upside down, but the energy is there. Another move, another change in your life. And you understand from the first 10 years of your life that wishful thinking is just wishful thinking. After, you've tried options and you know that it's time to move on, right? Because it is a sudden change, and this is your Seven of Wands, which says, hey, you know what? This has to be done. Got to move on again. You have recycled. So this is your second recycle on your karma loop, right? Which is the Seven of Wands talks about it looks like it's there's aggression, asserting yourself, being offensive and stuff. But if you really look at this card, it's about, hey, let my people go. Okay, eye for an eye. This is not okay, and something needs to be done. And showing that conviction in you. Okay, taking a stand. And I do see, this stage, at this decade, there was the have-nots, right? Humans love to do this stuff. I have the resources, I have the knowledge, I have the power, so I get to decide who eats or who doesn't, right? Okay, we're all Smurfs, we're all blue blood, so and the have-nots is you're like, okay, no, I'm gonna make a plan. I'm not gonna be held up anymore for this or that in the material world. It was a very emotional. This sudden change was very emotional, but emotion is energy in motion. It takes this emotional force to leave and have the power to move forward. And this is what you did. You found a deeper meaning. Wow, right? It's a decade, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 years. Usually, by the 10th year, there's a result. But this tower, you've done everything that you can, and it was time to move on. And that hope and inspiration, I'm so proud of you. The star, you kept that hope and inspiration, because you are connected from the last past death, from the last decade. And believe it or not, there are angels, there are energies that are watching you, because look at this. So again, that's why I have these devices. I could always tell where you're a conduit. There you have help outside of our planet, outside of our plane, outside of our realm, as you can see. So there you go. There's someone up there or out there that got your back, okay? Because you're recycling too fast for normal white noise, right? So yes, you had another beginning between your 30s and 40s. Wow. This is so this is exciting. It's exciting for me because sharing your just sharing, whether it's bad or good, it's just sharing, and you are an energy. Look at that. And the RF, this is my EMF, and my RF is corresponding. You're going from 6 to 104 radio frequency. That's a pretty good spike. This is so great. Wonderful. Okay. Whew. I'm feeling exhausted, but we got one more decade. All right. We are looking at your 40s and 50s. Let's take a look. And Dreama, it is an honor to read for you, and seeing how strong and how powerful and how inspiring you are, and who you are, nature nurture, right? So yes, you have extraordinary abilities. So that death period in your life has given you a gift, because you're still here. 40 to 50, Dreama, 1966. Whew. Look at that. See, you see my EMF? So all my devices are supporting each other, except for the ghost radar. That's just a fun thing. But the RF and your EF, electrical field and radio field, are going off, and it's corresponding with the magnetic field too. But let's take a look. All right. Let us see what we can see. Please help Dreama Dinner find her path. 1966. 40 to 50 years. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see. 40 to 50. Queen of Pentacles. The Hangman. Blocked emotions. Hostility in the past. Page of Pentacles. Wow, another traveling, another movement, another scenery change. The Page of Swords, excellent. Lying, stealing, and cheating. Lone wolf style. That's where the hostility comes from. You know, the sneakiness, that's why I call it sneaky. Broken relationship. The Empress Mother. Okay. You have recycled so many times in your lifetime that I am so honored, because you're always beating the odds. Okay, so you're 40, 50, you encountered, the Five of Cups. And that's usually, regrets, broken relationship, that energy. If you look at it, you still, when we're brokenhearted or a broken relationship, a loss, we're looking at the spilled cups, right? But we're always, sometimes we forget the two that's behind us. Okay, so and the Five of Cups talks about, that's the number 9 card. The Five of Cups talks about loss, regret, bereavement of some sort. Okay, and this Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is an energy of, hey, how you doing? Very down to earth, very nurturing. Hey, how you doing? Are you hungry? Can I get you anything? Okay. The Hangman is about understanding your part. Understanding how you got here. Takes two to tango. Once you understand your part, everything's a domino effect. Because you forgive yourself. And when that person needs forgiveness, you just say, I forgive myself for doing this to you. So I'm a big fan of the Hangman. Because divine understanding on how you got here. See that? It's upside down, but yes, I understand. It is my bullshit that got me here, basically. But I understand my take in this situation. Therefore, I forgive myself and I forgive the whole entire situation. This is the key. Understanding your part. Right? So, in your 40, 50, the subconscious, this was again kind of like what happened in the first 10 years of your life. We carry a lot of these energies, especially, and we had no choice but to experience these energies the first 10 years of our lives. And this is blocked emotions. You can't see in and out. Not sharing. I'm going to close my eyes, my heart, my ears. I'm going to turn back to water. Water is us, right? So we're going to turn back. So you experience another recycle, as I see. This is your card. And it is 7 of... This card is also talking about the blues because you're changing scenery, and it's the 6 of Swords. I think I need to concentrate on that a little bit. It's recovery, okay? So recycle, recovery. It's also travel, right? So, low level of sadness, dealing with the effects of trauma, changing location in regards to this trauma. Oops, something came in. It's a purple guy. Ooh, no words though. So, but he's going off, and so it's nearby me here, so I could always tell if the energy is strong enough to be here. Okay. So the Page of Pentacles is trying to understand all that's just happened, right? Because again, I think I've seen this 3 times in your decade. This 3 times, right? And it's recovery. Okay, you are stronger than you think. You don't want to look back on how strong you are, Dreama. Because bring it on, baby. Because I've recovered and I know how to recycle, right? So again, this is the hostility card. It's, it's not a happy card, but it's an open dishonor. That means more than 2 people know it. And we got another one. We got purple and the yellow one. Okay. The Page of Pentacles. That's being practical. You've learned how to have your mind and heart work together to survive, right? The Page of Pentacles talks about having an effect to the situation, making your plans real, getting everything that you need and finding a solution that works. Okay, and that's the gift too of your intuitiveness. Okay, also too, the Page of Pentacles, okay, and the Page of Swords are going hand in hand, right? So trust, Pentacles is material, Page of Swords is mind power, mental force, and the Page of Swords is using your mind, having fortitude. So this combination is really, really good because you have the energies of these forces, right? Your material force and your mental force. This is good. Okay, so on this other side of this traveling, again, the lone wolf style. This is funny because this is hidden dishonor. Only 2 people know. Sickness, lying, stealing, cheating, doing stuff by yourself. The lone wolf style. This card and this card. This is hidden dishonor. This is open dishonor. So this is 2 people, more than 2 people. All right. So, and this is actually has caused another, setback, another recycling, recovering, and the Empress, this recovering, this time the recycling. The Empress is about being a mom, right? It's the Empress talks about nature, abundance, and all that good stuff. And it's upside down, right? Because again, you have to recycle. But the abundance is still there. It's just low in energy, just like a candle. Candle's still there. You just can't see the fire, right? It's just low, right? But it's there. And the Empress also allows you to have opportunities of delights and the things in the material world and the spiritual world, because you do have that. You do have that motherly, nurturing, down to earth spirit. Anyway, so that ends our generational. Hope to see you next week online. I will put this on YouTube and send it to you privately on your on our messenger. Okay, so I'm going to end this now, and I'm going to give you a link.